We back, baby. What up, YouTube? Let me mute this. Silence this phone real quick. I'm super unprepared this week. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay. I was having technical difficulties last week, and I apologize. So you did not get an upload. And I decided I would just do one this week where I talk about, I guess, the last 2 weeks, which, you know, out, go, dogs out. No more dogs in here. Go get in your bed. Okay, sorry about that. Um, I guess I'll close this door real quick. Ugh, that dude, my doggy's gonna be all sad now. Anyway, yeah, I would do a video that just briefly talk about um the last 2 weeks. Where do I start, man? I'm actually kind of lost at the moment. Well, I remember in a previous video I talked about how gaming like wasn't hitting for me anymore, and I couldn't figure out why. And I think I was like, I found something that I liked, and so I would just tunnel vision that and stuff like that. And so like my content became like very like one game at a time, and then I need to get back to the variety that I used to do, and diversify. And I have discovered Lost Ark, which I avoided at the beginning because a lot of people were saying it's like pay to win. Um, Come to find out, it's actually still really fun. I haven't beat the main storyline yet, so I haven't really done any like, you know, end game raids or dungeons or anything like that yet. I still only have like the one character, but it seems pretty fucking fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I haven't streamed it yet. I need to. I kind of hope my PC's capable of the stream and running that game at the same time. Fingers crossed. I'm also looking into getting back into Destiny. Um, I have not played Destiny 2 since Cade 6 died. I guess I just cared about that character way too much. And then I remember one thing that specifically broke me in Destiny 2 was so Cade dies in the story, and then you beat the story, beat the boss, do the raid, all that stuff. But you're supposed to be able to get Cade's gun, the Ace of Spades, and there was a bug in the game to where it wasn't. You had to do certain things in PvP, and I was doing it, and it wasn't counting the kills, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, fuck it, I'm done. I hate Destiny now. Cade's dead. Like, fuck everything else, and then I never looked back. I never looked back. Not as cool. Not even when shit looked really really cool. Like, but I think I'm gonna get back into it. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing Valorant. I might pick up Smite again. Um, I just need to. I want to get back to the variety. I want to get back to doing variety, and I actually want to get back to this stuff right here. Um, I still need to figure out a mic situation. I might just use the microphone that's on the DSLR camera itself. Um, Hopefully that doesn't mess it up too much. But what I did a few times on stream is I ran the cord out this window, and then I just did the paintings on my porch and stuff like that. But I think I might get back into that, or maybe do it on YouTube. But I didn't particularly like doing those, only because I felt like it wasn't super satisfying for uh, some of the viewers. And the reason I say that is because there was no sound. I couldn't talk and interact with people as I was painting, which is the thing I love about streaming. So what the hell? My camera is tripping out. Okay, I think we got it. Maybe I need to stop moving, you know? Holy shit, this looks like a lot of gray hairs, huh? I'm getting my Doctor Strange on by accident. What the hell? Uh, so gaming is it's starting to hit again, and I think maybe it's I need to remember to play multiple games. I need to try new things, and I think that's an important thing to do in life. And I stopped doing it in games because games was my comfort zone. And so when I found a game I was comfortable and I liked, I didn't do anything else because I just wanted to escape the uncomfortable that life was giving me or that I was dealing with in life, and then just deal with the comfortable in the game, and then it just stopped hitting. So I'm actually glad that I'm excited to play a game again. So like I'm really looking forward to like seeing like all the things I could do in like Lost Ark and like all the stuff I have to catch up on Destiny. Um, so I'm excited for what gaming and my content within the gaming space. Like I'm excited to see what happens with that. Um, I know I gave you guys an update on my grandmother's like medical condition, um, or situation, I should say, not condition. I don't even know really what to call it. But she's doing better. According to the doctor, she's by no means out of the woods yet, but she's doing better. So yeah, like a full rundown in case you didn't know. Grandma was sick, and I guess she had been coughing up blood for like a few weeks, and then one time it got really bad and hurt her to the point where she actually finally told my mom because she didn't tell anybody. And then when she finally told my mom that she needs to go to the emergency room, that's when I guess my mom found out that this had been going on for a couple weeks, and so my grandma, grandma wasn't doing very good at all. I know she and I can't keep I'm having a really hard time remembering like all the things that like were wrong with her or went wrong, but I know they were talking about her kidneys being bad, and they did a biopsy, and if you know, you know, well, what the biopsy's meant to find out. And then I know she ended up getting she pretty much had like pneumonia and a bunch of fluid in her lungs and stuff from like the coughing up blood, and was doing pretty bad. And I know they ended up putting her in like a medically induced like coma. Um, and they found out her immune system was like attacking some of the healthy parts of her body and stuff like that. So they gave her a drug that's commonly used in like chemotherapy. So like a chemotherapy type drug. The only problem is that since it's an autoimmune disease, that drug's meant to like wipe out your immune system, meaning I guess after a certain amount of time, like the common cold or the flu probably be deadly for her, um, which is a little scary to think about. But after getting that drug, her vitals started to get better. They took her off a ventilator. Uh, she's awake. She's conscious. She can't really speak. She did have to get a tracheotomy, which, if I'm correct, is like they cut a hole in your throat and then put a tube down it for it. And I think that all has to do with her oxygen levels being super low. I think. I'm not a doctor. All I know is there was a laundry list of problems with her, and I'm not a doctor, and it was just a little overwhelming to hear like all the different things that she was having going on. But I'm I'm glad she's doing better. I'm glad she's awake. I'm gonna do my best to go see her. Uh, have to gotta pay rent, and then with whatever's left over, I'm gonna see if I can scrounge up enough money for a ticket to go back there for a few days, at the very least. But yeah. Um, hmm, sorry, I got lost in thought. Doing that overthinking thing again. Um, but I guess the challenge now would be to have to deal with work, because I haven't been there long enough to have like a full week's vacation. So I would pretty much have to go up to my plant manager and ask, like, hey, can I have these 2 days off, please? Like, I don't need to get paid for them. I just don't want them to count against me for an attendance point or anything like that. I would like to have a job when I come back. I just, I have a sick family member and I want to go try to see him. That's like, I'm asking you for permission to leave, because I'm more than likely going to anyway. Uh, I just want to make it work out with work because I don't want to have to like stress about like coming back to no job. Uh, but since that's might be a thing, or it might turn into an issue, I don't know. Fingers crossed it doesn't, because I don't really want anything else on my plate right now. I don't really get to determine what gets put on my plate. I just deal with whatever life hands me, but I would like for that to not be an issue or something I have to deal with. But since it might, I've been applying to certain places. I guess back on the job hunt, I guess you would say. So who knows? Jiu-jitsu, still chipping away at jiu-jitsu. It's going pretty well. Um, I do need to crack down on my diet and stuff. I don't know. I bust my butt every now and again, and then I just go like crazy on the weekends. Cause, oh man, I had such a long week. I'm so tired. Like, man, I deserve this. I can take this. I can eat this donut. I can have a soda with dinner. I went to the gym 3 times and jiu-jitsu twice this week. I can do it. I need to not do that. I want to look good naked one of these days. One of these days. One of these days, I'm gonna be naked, and whoever my partner is isn't gonna want to close their eyes when they see me. One of these days. One of these days, I'm gonna be GQ status, and like more than just the clothes. But one day. I guess that's one rather recent development is I've been talking to an ex of mine, and I don't know. It's weird. If like it feels good to be communicating with someone again, because I was like really really, like I loved her, but I was also really close with her on like a just a friendship level. And she said it best one time. She's like, we're just like this because we grew up together. I was with her for 6 years, so uh, it's it was a minute, and then we broke up in a very like not amicable way. Wasn't very clean. I didn't let it get very messy, but like, you know, it left a whole lot of people wondering and stuff, and I just never really talked about it. But which I guess just leaves me wondering. It's like if it can, if it will, and like if she'll let it work out, because I mean those feelings are still there, but I also am just so unsure. Um, and for context, she left me. Uh, but like in people are people. They got to do what's best for them. But at the end of the day, you know, it's gonna make somebody wonder, like, well, what's gonna stop you from doing it again? Um, Even though it's something I really want to do, uh, or something I would like to do. I don't know, but it just leaves that feeling of like nervousness, and then like um, just being unsure. Because at the end of the day, even if I wanted to try to make it work between us, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to, or that I should. Um, and obviously, we've probably both changed uh, since we've broken up. We're probably not the same people, so it's kind of hard to see if it's a little difficult to measure and gauge whether like the um, that chemistry or the way we used to click will still be there. Because you know people grow, they become a little bit different. And I know like my tolerance for like beating around the bush is next to none. It's pretty much gone, which a lot of my friends will like say like I'm the asshole of the group, which is essentially true. But I think what always gets like a little misconstrued about that is like I beat around the bush a lot when it comes to people who I care about, like their feelings. Like it becomes very hard to tell them how I feel because I feel like it might compromise like their feelings. And like you like almost like subconsciously prioritize like people you care about's feelings over yours, so you don't actually voice yours, which might be a toxic trait. I know it's a communication flaw that I'm like I don't really have anymore because I don't because of like that breakup was so significant. I don't do that. And sometimes when we talk and I just say something, I could see it on her face where she's like, why is he talking to me like that? I'm just like, hi, this is me now. I can't afford to be bullshitting no more. So like I don't, you know, um but I don't necessarily think that's is it going to help is it going to help me work things out? I don't know. Probably not. Um I think is that a quality of communication that I need and was sorely lacking? Probably. Um, is it going to like burn bridges? It probably will. Um, but I think it's necessary for me, and not just in terms of you know whatever me and my ex are doing, because it's we're not in a relationship. We're just talking. We keep asking each other about the idea of it. You know, like what do you want? What do I want? Like have any ideas about how it might work and stuff like that. And I think it's necessary for me to have that skill to be able to be like, no, that's it's unacceptable to me, or like, no, I don't appreciate that. Like, I really don't give a fuck how you feel. Like, I'm not doing this, or like, I'm gonna do this. Blah 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 blah. Like, you can either do it with me, or you can sit here and fuck cry about it, or leave. I don't, you know. But I'm. This is important to me. I'm doing this. Like, to be able to have the confidence to actually say that to someone you care about now is, I guess, an invaluable skill. Um, uh, but I'm also an idiot. I don't understand, like, I don't understand girls or women at all, and I'm terrible with them. So this is more than likely gonna end with me like looking like an idiot, you know, like running face first into a fucking wall, and being a lonely streamer again. But you know, you live and you learn. And what else? Work is going pretty good. Um, I know we got a couple new guys that started working with us in our department or on my line, and I was training one of them, and oh man, one of the funniest dudes at work, and I love this dude to death, but fucking a, I can't train this dude worth a shit. And I actually happen to think I'm like a decent teacher. Like I have good like coaching and teaching skills. Like, I mean, he was like learning the job just fine, but he was like always trying to like make these improvements, I guess. And I'm trying to explain why they won't work or why we do things in the order that we do them and blah 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 blah. And he wasn't trying to hear any of that. Like he wanted to learn how to accomplish the tasks, but then wanted to start tweaking. Like, well, if I did this one instead of that one, like this one first, this one second. I'm like, well, you can't really do that because this one needs to be done first, so it could be connected to this, da 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 blah. And then he would just try to like, well, I'm saying that because da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And then I think a lot of that came from the guy I was training was a transfer from the inside the plant already who was a lead in another department. Like so he was like in charge of another department. Like he was the guy to like keep that department going. Like he's like one step under the supervisor. And I think that's what it was. He doesn't know how to like be the guy who has to like, hey, shut the fuck up, do what you're told, and I'll explain why you have to do it this way, this way, this way, why it's the most efficient way. Um, and the reason I got super nervous at work actually, because the reason I had to train somebody was because he was my replacement. Go figure, right? I know how companies love to do that shit. But the reason he was becoming my replacement wasn't so I wasn't losing my job. It was so I could move to another line because like I already have experience doing this, and they're creating a new line, which is essentially going to do the same thing that the old one was doing. But the new one was going to have a lot more newer people on it, and so they decided to put me and I think like one other guy who kind of like have been there for a little bit now, that kind of know what they're doing on that line to help keep it going. So I stopped my job, and I'm still working with a bunch of people that I like. But yeah, it's. I think that was like the newest thing at work, newest development at work. Is that I've been teaching this dude for like the last week, and this last Friday, we finished all of Friday's orders, like early in the morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning. Um, and we started on Monday shit pretty early, and then so I asked my team lead because my supervisor wasn't there. I said, hey, I'm not trying to like like be insubordinate or like I know you're in charge and take away from your job, but would you be opposed to taking me and me, you know, me, this person, that person, the people that were gonna move to the new area to work? Would you be opposed to us just going over there and trying to figure out how to like get it going and work smoothly and yada 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 right now since we're already working on Monday stuff? He said, no, go ahead. That's a really good idea. Da, da, da. So all right, cool. So I tell this guy named Isaac, go get started on that. Since you're station one, we're not all gonna move over there right away because there's no point in a station two, three guy moving over there when there's nothing coming from station one yet. So I told him, all right, go ahead, go start. We call it dropping the bases. We'll drop the bases for a couple units, and then I'll go down there because I'm working station two. And then after I get a couple built up, we'll send it down to station three. Then we'll have our new station three guy come over, and we'll have the dude that does the wiring, which would be station 4 or 5. Can't remember which one I'm on, but or how many there are. But anyway, we're gonna do it like that. And then after I left, I kept turning around, and I seen the guy that I was training started getting real behind, or a bunch of stuff started piling up behind him, and that was a problem I like foreseen because I was trying to let him know like you're eventually gonna have to do all this by yourself. And so I started towards the end of the training. I tried to, but again, he can't be told. Like he doesn't like being told what to do because he's too used to being the guy in charge. And I would try to tell him, be like, all right, I'm gonna do this and this for you, and you build everything else. And he would just like get that like stank look on his face because, you know, someone who's not the boss is telling him, who used to be a boss, like that he's gonna do most of the work, and I'm only gonna do this and this and this for you. And then so like, and I shrugged it off, and I was like, you know what? I'll do most of the work. I don't care, because he would just, okay, well, no, I was thinking I'm gonna do this and then this and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, all right, cool. So he starts doing a bunch of like prep work for me, which is, it is a big deal. It does help quite a bit. But after the prep work for some like parts of the heater, that's what I do. Build heaters, HVAC systems, are put together. Then you have to use those parts and then put the thing together. So he thinks he's doing like a huge favor or most of the work by prepping one or two things here, and then he moved to the next unit and prep one or two things. I was like, dude, we haven't even really started building this unit. You just got a couple things built. And so, you know what? I was like, fuck it. I've worked by myself long enough. That's fine. I'll just bust my ass and do it anyway. All he's doing is taking a little bit off my plate, which, hey, thank you. So I would stack the motor on, mount it, tighten it down, put on the bushing in the wheel, blah blah blah, baffle, all these. I know these parts aren't making sense to anybody who doesn't know anything about those systems, but so I put them together, send it down to the next station. And boy, let me tell you, as soon as I left, did he realize quick, fast, and in a hurry how much of the shit he wasn't doing. Now he didn't have an attitude about it, but we love working with that guy because he's like the jokester. Like, he likes to joke and talk and conversate with people while he's working. But boy, oh boy, was he quiet as shit on Friday, like in Friday afternoon. Boy, oh boy, was he quiet most of the fucking day, because he's probably overwhelmed with shit to do. And then I seen the station one dude already helping him, like mount motors and do some of the stuff that's supposed to be his job. And I was like, whew, all right. I was like, but the thing is, I can't bounce back and help him yet because I'm on a new line, so they're still trying to figure out how to like smoothly get things going. And that was the whole purpose of us like breaking off like on the Friday, was to try to like figure it out. Like, all right, how do I make this easier? But I mean, hey, that's life, right? So yeah, so my grandma's doing better. I should hopefully be able to go see her soon. Fingers crossed that work doesn't have an issue with me taking off. Gaming is I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more again, which is great. Jiu-jitsu's going smooth. Work is fine. I'm gonna be I guess I'm gonna be relearning how to effectively do my job again. And then we'll see where my love life goes. I don't really think it's kind of sad, but I don't know if I think I'm just meant to be alone. And I think like the people that do like me, I end up chasing them away. But I'm doing good. I appreciate y'all's support. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's free on YouTube. Head over to my Twitch, hit the follow button. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe would be much appreciated. Let me know in the comments anything that you got going on in your life, anything you'd like me to talk about. I know these are kind of like vlogs and I just sit here and talk about myself, but if you guys have anything that you want to say or like talk about, just let me know in the comments, man. I check the comments every day, so let me know. And yeah, we could talk about something every now and again from the comment section in one of these videos. But yeah, I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.